Kaylee with Movie Guide, and we're here at the 32nd Annual Movieguide Awards. So come with us as we talk to the stars and the nominees.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. I play Riley in Inside Out 2, and I just feel so lucky. Our film is nominated, and to be a part of the Movie Guides is just so wonderful. And I think what Movie Guides is doing is just so incredible. You know, they're uplifting families and producing family-friendly content, and it just makes me smile, and I just feel so blessed to be here tonight.
Oh, amazing. So at Movie Guide, we know that movies have such a huge impact on people. What movie would you say had the biggest impact on you, and why?
Oh my gosh, this is such a good question. I would say Unsung Hero this year. I loved Unsung Hero. I think it told such a beautiful story, especially from a faith-based perspective, and to see faith-based movies now it's so wonderful, and it just uplifts your spirit. And you know, there's so much darkness going on in the world, and so to have a movie like Unsung Hero just bring light into the world just brings me all the joy.
Madison Polan, it's so nice to meet you. Can I ask you a couple questions? Okay, so at Movie Guide, we know how much movies impact people. What movie would you say impacted you the most?
Despicable Me 4. It really was just such like a joy in the whole movie. It was so fun to perform in the movie. It was just a lovely time.
Oh, beautiful. What was your favorite part about performing in the movie?
It was when I was doing the voice, and it was just like so much fun doing the voice of Agnes.
Yeah. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I'm most looking forward to having a lot of fun, eating, and having a great time.
Is this your first Movie Guide Awards?
This is actually my second. I presented here 2 years ago.
Well, welcome back. What are you most excited? What are you looking forward to tonight?
I'm looking forward to see everyone, and I can't wait to present, of course. I'm presenting Best Family TV, and I can't wait to see who wins.
Which one are you rooting for? Do you have any favorites?
Well, I did see the list, and I think I saw Bluey on there, but maybe Bluey will win, but let's see, we'll see.
So here at Movie Guide, we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show would you say had the biggest impact on you, and how?
For me, I think I would say Squid Games, because it basically boosted my career, and it kind of helped start it. And since I was the red light, green light doll, I started growing everywhere on social media, so that really helped me a lot, and I'm really grateful for Squid Game for everything, yeah.
Amazing. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I mean, I'm presenting, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's my first time presenting, so I hope I do okay. Yeah, I'm excited for more opportunities like this in the future, hopefully. This is so exciting.
Oh, what's something that you're hoping to see more of in movies in the future?
Honestly, everything this award show stands for, faith, family, I think this is a side of Hollywood that you don't get to see too often, and it's something that I'm really passionate about. So hopefully we see more of these values in Hollywood.
At Movie Guide, we know that movies have such a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show that came out maybe in the last year would you say had the most impact on you, and why?
Gosh, I mean, God's Not Dead, the new movie, is nominated tonight. I think that series of movies is really powerful, and it's one that I've been a fan of for a while, so to be here is really exciting.
Love the Movie Guide Awards. I mean, I was raised on family-friendly entertainment. My grandparents raised me, so there was no rated R in my house ever. But yeah, it's an honor to be here, and I'm presenting the Kairos Prize for the screenwriting competition. So that's amazing. My first job in Los Angeles was reading scripts for Montecito Films for Ivan Reitman, so it's full circle here tonight.
What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I mean, I love Mario Lopez. He's an amazing host, and I grew up watching him on TV, so it'll be fun to see him up there tonight.
What are you most looking forward to tonight?
Dinner? No, I'm just...
Hey, that's been a few answers.
I just want to see how the whole thing flows, you know, and what everybody does and what they say, and see some of the clips of some of the shows. I'm doing this documentary portion, so I'm actually interested in seeing what the little clips of the documentaries show. The dark side of children's TV. I'd like to see that, actually.
So here at Movie Guide, we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show would you say had the biggest impact on you?
Now, I'm a movie buff. I'm especially a Western movie buff. And I go back to the 1930s. Just out of the silent era, the big Western stars, Tim McCoy, Buck Jones, Tom Mix, those guys who were He-Men, who did the stunts themselves, and oh, I love that stuff. No music, a lot of leather and hoof clopping. But that's what I like. And then I move out of the Western thing, and I also love foreign movies. So, but I think the movie that is really important for everybody to see over and over is Gone with the Wind. You just see this, it's such a beautiful epic, and it works in every way imaginable. It's beautiful too. Technicolor was a beautiful thing. There were 3 camera type of color, and it never fades. And then in 1960 they went to Eastman color, and that turns red. So all those movies since 1960 are aging in the can. That's why they see they're a little washed out. Some of those old ones from the 70s, they're decaying very fast. You'll never see a movie made in Technicolor that doesn't look perfect.
How are you doing tonight?
Good, and I'm so thrilled that the Movie Guide is doing so well. I mean, I think that Movie Guide is like a vaccine for a diseased industry. Really, there's a lot of sickness going on in the entertainment field, and Ted Baehr with Movie Guide has got the answer. He's got a cure. If you want to make money in the movie business, make family films, make faith-friendly films, and they make money too. Plus, they're good for our nation.
Why do you think it's so important to represent faith and family on TV?
I've never done anything that wasn't G-rated that I can remember. And so my career has sort of fallen on me. I just go through doors as they open of opportunity, and if I can do it honorably, I say, great, I will. If it's going to help somebody, even better. And if it's something that will elevate the consciousness and the morality of our country, that's what I'm for. And it's not always the most commercial, but it usually turns out to be profitable.
Absolutely. Why did you decide to come out and support Movie Guide tonight?
Well, I want Movie Guide to keep doing what Movie Guide has been doing, which is recognizing the creativity that people are capable of, and that it can be elevating and not just money-making, and not just box office smashes that may be bad for the country and bad for young people and bad for families. I just think it's something that must be supported. If we don't support it, we're going to get the result.
Now, we've been talking about movies that have big impact on everyone. What movie had the most impact on you?
What movie? Well, actually, it's one that I made called The Cross and the Switchblade, and it was a true story of Dave Wilkerson and a teen challenge that was the biggest and best of the drug fighting organizations. But it was a spiritual program. But it was a very dramatic film. In fact, there's somebody right now wanting to put it on Broadway and do a Broadway play about the cross and the switchblade. I say that's my favorite because it's doing good. It's still in many languages. It's still running in other countries, even Muslim and Hindu and other religion countries. They like this film about the Christian who helped young kids get out of gangs and into better lives.
Well, I'm here. My buddy Joe Mantegna, we're old friends, and he's going to present the award with me. We're going to get up there together. I'm looking forward to spending a little time with him and then seeing all the other, honorees and everybody that's invited to come and see who wins some of these wonderful awards.
Now, in Movie Guide, we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people and the world. What movie would you say had the biggest impact on you, and how?
I'm a old school guy. I'm a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart. I love his performance in that movie. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie with a wonderful message. And so I'm always a big fan of that, and every Christmas we watch that. That's, when you ask me, like, what movies come to mind, that one always is at the top of my list. And then if you go, like, the other direction, The Godfather is one. It's a Wonderful Life and The Godfather. Two very different movies.
That's strange. What are you hoping to see more of in movies coming out this year?
Well, I love what the Irwin brothers are doing. The Irwin brothers are pals of mine. I was in one of their films called I Still Believe, and they've got a couple of great projects in the pipeline that they're working on. One is called Fearless. It's a story about a Navy SEAL who really was, he wrestled with a lot of demons, but his faith was very, very strong. And so it's right up Andy and John's, it's right in their wheelhouse, that particular film. So I'm looking forward to them getting that going. Hopefully they will. Yeah.
What would you say is the importance of having faith and family represented up on TV and movies?
I love what's happening actually in the faith community, in the movie business, like with The Chosen. Dallas Jenkins is a very good friend of mine, and what he's doing with The Chosen. Jonathan Rumi, very good friend of mine, and he's just fantastic in that series. I love what they're doing. I love that quality movies are being made in that sort of faith genre. It's sort of its own thing. Faith and family genre. But I also am. Ted and everyone at Movie Guide here have been championing these stories for many, many years, and I think that's been a blessing. A little bit unique here in Hollywood for that to happen. But that's why they're successful, is they're kind of unique and they stand on their own.
So at Movie Guide, we know that movies have a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show would you say impacted you guys the most?
We can go favorite TV shows, and tell me your favorite TV shows this year and your movie and why.
Well, my favorite TV show is Cobra Kai. I watched all 6 seasons twice. I love that show. I'm obsessed with it. And it's my favorite show just because I like a lot of action in shows. And I'm starting to get to the point, starting to get older to where, I don't just all want action. I can understand, talking and stuff, too.
The drama.
Yeah, the drama and everything. But, yeah, Cobra Kai is my favorite show.
Ooh, that's such a good one. Okay.
For me? Oh, man. I mean, I'm a good doc girl. I like murder mysteries.
Oh, yeah. She's always making me watch Dayline with her. Oh, yeah, don't forget, whenever I'm laying with her in the bed, she's always watching Housewives.
She's always watching Housewives. What's your favorite TV shows and movies, G?
I really, really loved Wicked this year. I watched it twice. I loved it. There's so many things I could say about it, but I love the songs. I love the... Hey,
Hold it.
I love the songs. I love what it's about. I'm so sad that it's gonna take a whole year for part 2 to come out, but it's okay. I'll wait because I absolutely loved it. So it was a great movie.
Yeah, it was. Okay, what was your favorite to watch? What TV? What movie?
What movie? Tell him.
A Mario movie.
Turn around, tell them the Super Mario. Which one?
A Mario movie.
What? Who's your favorite character?
Mario.
Mario? And what's your favorite part?
When Mario have a superstar and beat Bowser.
I was trying to be Bowser. That's the best. All right, good job, Sonny. Good job. Okay, let me give him back a mic. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you guys. Is this your first Movie Guide Awards?
You know what? I think I've been before. I may even have one. I don't even, when you've been around as long as I have, you kind of lose track. But no, I think I have been. I think I was here, in fact, was a presenter, maybe with my daughter. How many years has this one been going on?
This is our 32nd Annual Movieguide Awards.
It's been around a long time. I'm pretty sure I was a presenter one year with my daughter, Gia, but I can't remember what year it was. But anyway.
Amazing.
Be here again.
What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I never know. That's the way I treat life. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to anything in the sense of let's just see what happens. I like to be surprised. I'm not the kind of person who plans things or thinks, I hope this happens or that happens. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere.
Yeah, I love that. So at Movie Guide, we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show would you say had the biggest impact on you?
Well, Criminal Minds has had a tremendous impact on me. I've been doing it for personally 16 years now. But you know what? The whole industry has had an impact on me. Movies and television is such a huge form of escapism, education, entertainment for the world. And so I feel very privileged to be a part of it, to be one of those people who make a living in it, you know what I mean? So it's all been, you go back to, when I was a little kid and waiting for Thanksgiving when it would be the only time you could see The Wizard of Oz on television. Things like that, or Peter Pan. So you grow up with that kind of a thing and all that fantasy world. And so it's film and television, it's such an incredible radio, all of it. All those kinds of things have such tremendous influence on the world. So I feel proud to be, a part of that fraternity.
Amazing. What are you hoping to see more of in movies this upcoming year?
Oh, wow. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I'm such a fan of movies from the black and white films from like even the 30s and 40s. And I tend to think so much of them, the emphasis on the quality of the scripts and stuff like that was so great. That's why I'd love to see the continuation of, the writers and all that, understanding that there's a lot of stories out there to be told and written now, and they could learn a lot even from the quality of the kind of stuff that was back in those days. There's room for all of it. I mean, I love all the cartoons and the stuff in the Marvel world and all that, but on the other hand too, there's always those special kind of films that are about just life itself, that are, and even comedies that have just like everybody can see them, and there's, it's great.
It's such a good event, and to see all the movies that are nominated and get to meet some of the people, and Ted does such a good job with us every year. It's always a fun time.
What would you want to see in movies or in TV shows this coming year?
Oh, well, actually, I'm in a couple of projects this year that are coming out I'm real excited about. One's called Sarah's Oil, where we shot in Oklahoma. It's a period piece, really, really cool movie. And the other one's Adam's Fire, which is kind of a faith-based indie film. So those will both be fun.
Could you tell us a little bit about Sarah's Oil?
Yeah, it takes place in 1912 Oklahoma, based on a true story of a young girl named Sarah Rector, who at the time they were giving land to the blacks and the Indians. She ended up being the wealthiest black girl in the history. She got a piece of land that had oil on it, and so it's based on a true story. So it was really cool. It's a period piece. Everybody was in period costume. It was a lot of fun.
So at Movie Guide, we know that movies have a huge impact on people. Movies, TV, film. What movie or TV show would you say had the biggest impact on you, and why?
Gosh, everybody loves The Chosen, right? I mean, the cool thing about The Chosen, I think, is that a lot of people who maybe aren't Christian or maybe aren't familiar with the Bible, they'll watch a couple episodes and they'll start getting interested. And then I think this year or last year was the biggest sales for Bibles we've ever had, So I think it's great that those kinds of movies inspire people to dig a little deeper. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your movie that you were making, The No Address. It is an incredible film, and it's so important for so many people to see. What drove you to make that movie and that documentary?
When an issue really touches my heart, I always feel stirred to do something about it. And it's almost like often what happens to me, I feel like God directs me to make a movie on a certain subject, because that subject keeps landing right in front of my face, as it were. And I think I've made films, I love making social impact films. I've made films on teen trafficking, films about domestic violence. And so during the pandemic, I saw the growth of homelessness on the streets. And I was also doing a lot of volunteer work with foster youth, and hearing the stories of the number of foster youth that have transitioned and fallen through the system, like fallen through the cracks and ended up on the streets, really broke my heart. And I just thought, I feel like there's a story here, and I feel like this is something that we need to do something about. So I started talking to people that I saw on the streets and listening to their stories. And then we initially did the documentary, Americans with No Address, that we have our nomination for tonight. And so we went on a bus, and I was sleeping, and there was me, the producer, Robert Craig, and the camera crew. And we were all sleeping in these like little bunk beds. And when I first walked on the bus and I saw this like little bunk bed, and I was in the middle one, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to manage? I'm going to fall out of that in the middle of the night. But by the end of every day, I was so exhausted I just ended up sleeping like a baby. And then we drive through the night and ended up in the next city. So we interviewed people on the streets, people running shelters, people working with people experiencing homelessness, cops, hospital workers, locals who were impacted by a lot of homelessness in their areas. So we could get a lot of very different perspectives on the issue. And we covered 20 different states in a very short period, like driving through the night and ending up in a different state each day on this bus. And it was really fascinating. And what I learned is that it's not just, as is the common perception, addicts and people who want to be on the streets out there. There's a lot of regular people, just like you and me. And it really dawned on me that we're all one step away from being homeless.
Yeah.
It can happen so easily to anybody. And I also saw an enormous amount of courage over adversity from those people living under very difficult situations.
So the movie No Address that's coming out on February 28th, we really wanted to make sure it was authentic. And so we actually took a journey across the country for 3 weeks to really study and understand the American crisis around homelessness. And so we created an amazing documentary that really showcases what's working, what's not working, and how we got here as a country, because the numbers are staggering, as you know.
Absolutely. And at Movieguide, we know that movie is going to have such a huge impact on people because we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people. What movie or TV show had the biggest impact on you?
Gosh, well, I mean, a lot of movies, you know, but at Robert Craig, you know, we're really about social impact films and really like changing the hearts and minds of Americans to be able to showcase these cause-related films. And I think homelessness is right here in front of us. You know, we've seen an 18% increase nationwide, 12% right here in our own state in California. And so it really inspired us to bring this story to life, to understand what is happening out there. And what we found as far as solution-based is that these faith-based organizations across our country, churches and nonprofits, they're the ones that are making a difference. And it really is showcased in our film that is here tonight as a nomination, and we're just excited to share it with the world.
And you're performing tonight.
Yes, I am. You know, I just wrote this song for my new album coming out, and so I'm just excited to debut it on television tonight. Yeah.
Amazing. Can you tell us the name of the song?
It's called Something's Coming, and I just feel like we all need a little hope, a little faith with just some of the challenging times that we've had, and this kind of just reminds us that something's coming right around the corner. Yeah.
That's beautiful. What's been the biggest inspiration, would you say, for your next album and this song?
Well, I just did a tribute to Aretha Franklin at the Royal Albert Hall in London, and I was finally able to bring it to the States in a PBS special that's going to air in June. So just doing all of her music, Aretha's, it's just so soulful and from the heart. And I said, I want to make a record that makes people feel that way, that, you know, makes people want to dance and be joyful and, you know, just feel that soulfulness. And so I'm hoping that I achieved it. The new album is called Spirit. And so, you know, I'm a woman of faith. It's not a gospel album, it's a retro soul album, but it definitely comes from the heart, and I know that all inspiration comes from God, and so I'm just really excited for everybody to hear it.
Yes, I'm so excited to hear it. This is going to be my first time hearing it. I'm excited. Amazing. What are you hoping to see more of in movies and TV shows in this next coming year?
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing more movies that the whole family can see and enjoy, you know. You know, I can kind of, my taste in movies can really be a lot. But, you know, it's nice when I can see a movie with my mom who's you know, she's a woman of God, and she doesn't want that profanity, and she doesn't want all those sex scenes and all those things. You know, just have more of those, you know, and done on a high level, you know, because I think sometimes that's, you know, they don't always get the budget, you know, sometimes because people feel like people want that shock value of, you know, all that comes with being, you know, a certain rating. But I think, you know, there's people who want, you know, really wholesome but powerful and impactful movies, but done on a high level, you know.
So here at Movie Guide, we know how much movies, TV shows, songs, artists impact the world and impact people.
Yes.
What is a movie or TV show that would you say impacted you the most in this past year and of all time?
Oh my goodness, that's such a big question. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a shameless plug because I actually starred in a biopic a couple years ago. It's critically acclaimed, the Clark Sisters, the First Ladies of Gospel, and it totally changed my life. Not only just being acting, but being able to give tribute to these sisters who are still at the top of their game, just doing incredible ministry, because they're a gospel group. And, you know, this was a movie that was produced by Missy Elliott, Mary J. Blige, Queen Latifah. I feel like I'm missing one person, but it's been a while. But, you know, it was just an amazing opportunity to just show women just doing amazing things. And so I feel like that definitely changed my life. There's so many movies. It's such a blur right now. But I feel like, just thinking off the top of my head, I would say The Bodyguard. As a singer, seeing, you know, a singer in Whitney Houston now, you know, using her gift in acting as well. I just feel like that was such a beautiful connection to see one of my heroes do that. Because for the longest we had only seen her sing. And so I remember seeing her on film that was just so impactful.
Can you say once more when the album's coming out and the song name?
Yes. So the album is called Spirit. It's going to come out in June of 2025, and along with my PBS special as well, Aretha starring Shelea on PBS nationally, and so, yeah, very excited.
Is this your first Movie Guide Awards?
It's my first Movie Guide Award, and, you know, interesting that I just had my newborn.
Congratulations.
He's not newly born, he's 5 months into the world, and we'll be watching Movie Guide to watch our favorite, you know, movies.
Oh, wow. What's your son's name?
Oh, his name is Hito with an I. Yeah.
Oh, amazing, amazing. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
I'm looking forward to, you know, meeting people. I'm looking forward. I never really presented at a movie awards in my life, so, well, maybe something, but I don't do it every day. So I'm looking forward to meeting people, and that's the main thing. And then I think that's what I'm really excited about is good energy and, you know, a great concept and great night.
Here at Movie Guide, we love family, you know, being together. We love family spending time together. We love family watching movies and TV shows together. Now, you just had a son. What movie and show are you excited to show him when he gets old enough?
I'm excited to show him musicals, anything with music and anything that's thoughtful. I'm excited to see what he want to watch, but I got to imagine he's going to want to be a kid at some point, and it's going to be his show.
So here at Movie Guide, we know that movies and TV shows have a huge impact on people, on families, and everything. What movie or TV show would you say impacted you the most?
I grew up in the 90s, so it was, you know, I watched a lot of comedy, like Cheers, Martin Lawrence, Cosby Show, 227. Just, you know, if you up at 3 a.m., Coach, I Love Lucy. If you up at 3:30 a.m., right? Depends what time you up in the 90s. And, you know, sometimes it was hard to go to sleep to get ready for school because I'm like, man, Coach is at 1 a.m. And then after Coach, it was, I think The Honeymooners was after Coach. And then you got another one after that. So it was hard to get sleep, but those type of shows bring back memories.
So how did Movie Guide Awards come about?
Well, many years ago, Sir John Templeton called me, and he said, I want to give out a Templeton Prize in Hollywood. So he asked for a proposal. I did a proposal. 2 years later, I started the award ceremony. And at that point, I said it was very successful. Charlton Heston came. Some top people in Hollywood came. He called me and he said, you started it without me? So from then on, it became very popular. And I'm grateful to do it. But I had a couple of inspirations during the golden age of Hollywood. The Church Film Office would do it. So I'm happy about it. I've been blessed.
So you would know best. What is the heart of Movie Guide?
The heart of Movie Guide is Jesus Christ, is loving God and loving our neighbor as ourselves. So the heart of Movie Guide is doing what God asks us to do and telling people the good news that Jesus is in control. Jesus wants to set us free. John 10:10, he wants to set us free and give us a more abundant life. And he gives us a more abundant life so that we can come here and do this event.
That's beautiful. And last question would be, what is the impact that you've seen Movie Guide have on Hollywood?
When we started, there was one movie with positive Christian content, Trip to Bountiful, written by Horton Foote. It was about a girl going back home to Texas, to a little town called Bountiful. She's on a bus. She's reading the Bible. I called Horton, and he said, I'm not a Christian, but I grew up there, so I just wanted to be authentic. Now there's, hundreds of films. There were 200 Christmas movies. So we've gone from one to hundreds. Thanks be to God.
Thanks for joining us. If you're interested in any of the movies that we talked about and want to see if it's the right movie for you, go check out our review on movieguide.org. And as always, catch you on the next one.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate, because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.